I'm just not that kind of person. Have you said that one before? I'm sure that I have. I'm not a morning person. I'm not a gym person. I'm not a workout person. I'm not a salad person, unless croutons count as vegetables, right? We're going to dive into that phrase today. We're going to talk about what's behind it, and I am going to give you a replacement phrase that is going to do wonders for you and for your health in the future. Welcome back to the Begin Within Health Show. I'm so pumped that you are here, that you're supporting the show, that you're watching and listening. This show is in the top 5% of all podcasts, and it's because of you. And it's because you listening and supporting it with your comments, with your ratings, with your reviews, with your follows, with your subscribes. It helps other people who are searching for health and fitness support to find this show. So please keep it up. Rate and review the show, follow, subscribe, comment. It's going to help other people and help them to join all of us in this wonderful journey of becoming the healthiest version of ourselves that we possibly can be right now. Now, let's dive into that phrase. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not that kind of person. We probably have all said it. It's an easy way of explaining why something healthy or productive or challenging, it just isn't for us, right? It just isn't for us. But what if that phrase, I'm not that kind of person, is exactly what's keeping you stuck? We're going to flip the story and we're all going to start becoming the kind of person who actually does the things that we've always wanted to do as we dive into this one. First, let's talk about how identity shapes behavior. This one's huge. And if you're not familiar with this book, Atomic Habits by James Clear, I recommend you check it out. There's a quote here that I'm going to share with you from that book, and the entire thing is great. If you're working on changing habits, whether they're habits at work or habits with health and fitness, it's a good read. Here's the quote: true behavior change is identity change. In other words, you don't just set goals, you start becoming the kind of person who achieves those goals. Here's another way to look at it. Our actions, at least most of our actions, they come from what we believe about ourselves or who we believe ourselves to be. If I believe I'm not the kind of person who works out, I'm probably not even going to try to work out because I believe I'm not that kind of person. And every time I skip a workout, I reinforce that belief. Oh, I didn't go to work out because I'm not that kind of person, clearly, right? Otherwise, I would have been there. So we have a belief, then we have an action and a result, which then reinforces our belief. That belief gets stronger every time that thing loops around. The good news is this: your current identity isn't permanent. It's not a life sentence. It's just a story that you have been practicing. You told your story enough times that it feels true, but that doesn't mean it is true. It doesn't mean it can't change. Remember, true behavior change, and that's what we're trying to do when it comes to improving health. Really, we're trying to change behaviors. True behavior change is identity change. Thank you, James Clear. Right? Now, let's talk about this. How do we shift it? All right. Here's one way to shift it: it's simply by changing the things we're saying, either out loud to others or even to ourselves. So instead of saying, I'm not that kind of person, I'm not that kind of person, try saying this: I'm becoming the kind of person who, I'm becoming the kind of person who does this or that, the kind of person who goes for a walk after dinner. I'm becoming the kind of person who chooses water instead of soda. I'm becoming the kind of person who takes care of their body. That tiny shift in language can open a new door. in your brain. Instead of thinking, I'm not the kind of person who does those things, you can become the kind of person who does. And every time you take that new action, whatever it is, even if it's a small little action, it casts a vote for your new identity. It proves that statement to be true, that you are becoming the kind of person that does this or that. You took a walk instead of scrolling on your phone. That's a vote for being the kind of person who takes a walk, the kind of person who's active. You chose water instead of soda. That's a vote for the kind of person who cares about hydration, who makes healthy choices. You went to bed 10 minutes earlier. That's a vote for becoming the kind of person who prioritizes rest in your life. Now, you don't need to win every single vote. Sometimes we don't do it, but we need to start collecting more healthy votes. That's it. More votes for our healthy identity, the kind of person who makes healthier choices. Start collecting more healthy identity votes than unhealthy ones, and you're going to really be on to something. Now, there's something that I want to address here when it comes to shifting the story, and that is, and it's probably something we don't talk about enough, honestly. That is that as you start changing, not everyone around you is going to like, I get it. I like this language. I like what I'm seeing. This is great. I'm glad you're becoming this new type of person. Sometimes the people closest to you, family, friends, coworkers, they might push back. They might say things like, you're no fun anymore. You're taking this too seriously. This isn't the real you. Things like that, which can reinforce that old, I'm not the kind of person who, essentially they're saying, hey, you're not this kind of person who does this stuff. And it's not that they don't care. It's this, honestly, your change challenges their comfort. Your change challenges their comfort. It reminds them that identity can change. It reminds them that we are all a work in progress. And that reminds them that they are too, that they could change too if they really wanted to. And you know what? That makes them uncomfortable. So here's my advice: be kind, don't be defensive. And that's just my 2 cents. Right? I'm in this with you. Maybe you found a better way. Share it with me in the comments. But my take is this: just be kind, don't be defensive. You don't need to convince anyone or argue your choices for becoming a healthier version of yourself. Just say something like this. Say, hey, I'm just trying something new that really is making me feel better. You're not rejecting the old you. You're expanding who you are. You're growing from that. You're a work in progress. You were, when you were the old you, you still are. You're just doing some of that work now. And some people around you might need some time to adjust to that. That's okay. Don't stop. Keep going. So here's something you can do this week. Start catching yourself if you are prone to saying, I'm not the kind of person who, or just thinking it, maybe when you feel uncomfortable, I'm not the kind of person who eats veggies. I'm not the kind of person who eats broccoli. I'm not the kind of person who wakes up early to work out. Flip it. Flip the script and say, I'm becoming the kind of person who tries broccoli, tries to get up early to work out. I'm becoming the kind of person who puts their workout clothes out the night before. And then just take one small action to actually do it. Take one small action to back up what you just said, that you are becoming that person. Maybe it's about movement, sleep, eating, or your mindset. Try saying it out loud. Even if you get yourself thinking, I'm not the kind of person who, say out loud, I'm becoming the kind of person. And whether you're prone to saying that statement, I'm not the kind of person who does this or that, try the new phrase. Just say that more often. I'm becoming the kind of person who. does this or that, and see how it feels to try on that identity and see how it supports you as you continue to take steps in the direction that you really want to go. That simple sentence can train your brain to notice opportunities to act like that person even before it starts to feel like you are that kind of person. It could be a really powerful step in the right direction. Here's just some real talk. In conclusion, change is weird. Change feels weird, and it's supposed to. It's supposed to feel awkward. It clashes with the person that we've been. It clashes with our old identity scripts. It feels messy. It feels awkward because it's kind of like we're auditioning for a new role in our own life as we're becoming a better version of ourselves. And really, that's exciting. Every healthy person that you admire, every fit, confident, energetic person, they started out by feeling like an imposter. They started out by, this feels weird. This feels awkward. That's how they started because for them, at one point, it was a new identity. They weren't that kind of person either until they were. And you weren't that kind of person. But now you are becoming that kind of person. If you want some help and support, get over to beginwithin.fit. Check out our programs there. I'd love to help you out. If you want 7 days to work with us on me, absolutely free, go to beginwithin.fit/7day and click the blue button that you are going to see that says sign up for free. It's on me. We set that program up just recently. I'd love for you to try it out. Come work out with us. Come train with us. Come do some coaching on our app with us. Work with us for a week. See what you can accomplish in 7 days. Let's do this. We're here to support you in becoming the kind of person that's healthy, the kind of person that you truly want to be. It was great to connect with you. Until next time, keep taking good care of yourself.